feeling where you're about to go live and broadcast to like thousands of people, but like you're missing something? Something's not quite right?
Like every single time we host the WAN show?
Yeah, okay. I guess that could be.
Because there's always okay, something's probably wrong.
No, we did a pre-show today. There's nothing wrong. Everything is fine.
But how
I'm
do we
not
know?
hormonal right now.
We didn't test any of the scenes.
That's okay. Most of them are the same.
We didn't test your laptops.
No, we tested the laptop.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I tested it while you weren't looking.
Boom.
I test all kinds of things while you're not looking.
That's awkward. Do you test poll results while I'm not looking?
Poll results. No, we're not going to get into that yet. I have a whole thing. I have a whole thing on that. Speaking of a whole thing on stuff, hold on a second. So the WAN show SoundCloud. I'm going to try and find it, but we actually have a WAN show podcast feed now. So Taryn set it up. And I don't know where the email is about it. And apparently you can't just Google podcasts. Hey, Taryn! Can you send me the link to the SoundCloud thing so I can share it with the peeps? Thank you!
SoundCloud.com/The WAN show.
Oh, we got it! Yep! Okay, so guys, it's SoundCloud.com/The WAN show. I don't think we are quite caught up yet because we don't really have like a smooth procedure for taking the video feed, which is a stupid FLV file with the desynced audio and the bleh, all that kind of stuff. But there you go, guys. The entire history of the WAN show has been almost has been archived on SoundCloud. You can download it as a podcast, listen to it in the car or wherever else people listen to podcasts. I've never been much of a podcast listener myself, but
not even almost. This isn't into 2014 yet.
Oh,
October 11th.
Well, hold on a second. Are you sure it's not just like later on or something?
I looked down there and went further back.
August 2013, July 2013. Well, whatever, guys. We'll get this all caught up for you and everything will be all good and fine and dandy. So, all right, let's get into our first real topic, shall we? Oh, no, we have to do our introductory topics, which unfortunately these guys already saw, which is a real shame because we accidentally streamed while we were creating our YouTube intro instead of recording that locally and then uploading it. So why don't we pick different highlights for the folks here right now? Asus has demonstrated a VRAM defroster feature. So you're actually going to have a separate plug on your graphics card dedicated to heating up your memory.
Which sounds bad, but it actually makes sense.
Yeah, we'll explain that later. Also, Intel has a new Thunderbolt controller that they are working on that should be able to derive 2 4K displays off of a single connector. I should be wearing my Holy Balls shirt, not my professional unboxer shirt, because that's a big deal.
It is, actually.
What else we got?
Google is going to be forcing Google Plus integration towards everyone, and there's more details on that later.
Yeah, that's huge.
And then Facebook has actually finally been approved to actually buy Oculus. So, yeah, that'll be a short topic, but we'll talk about that later.
All right, so without further ado, intro time. I really hope there's music. I didn't test it. All right, there's music. You know, I saw there was a poll about whether there would be music or whether I'd have to sing.
So everyone loses.
This is what happens when people let me see the polls ahead of time. So never show me your poll. All right, so Hotspot Shield is one of our sponsors today. Hotspot Shield is the fast, easy, and expensive way to set up a VPN. You can access content that's outside of your region. You can browse more privately and all that great stuff. Also sponsoring the show today, actually, our title sponsors, you can see powered by Asus G750JZ, is Asus with the, as you may or may not have guessed, G750JZ gaming laptop.
The most gangster of all laptops.
This, yeah, well, it kind of went that way.
I'm not gonna drop the Jay-Z thing.
Just Jay-Z.
Okay.
You're gonna keep it. You know what's even funny is I conceded. I made your joke. I made your joke in the video thumbnail of the actual review of the laptop.
I saw that.
And I figured that would get you to stop making the joke.
Nope.
The joke isn't played out for you. The joke is just going to
Nope.
carry on until eternity. All right. Well,
That's probably it.
That's fine. That makes me very, very pleased. So thank you, Asus and Hotspot Shield, for sponsoring the show today. Let's get things going. Get into our first topic here. What should we get started with? Why don't we start at the top? Let's start at the top and work our way to the bottom, if you know what I mean.
I didn't need it, if you know what I mean. That was fine.
If you know what I mean, you're all fine.
Oh, man.
Hitting on the entire audience one step at a time. So, okay, guys, we've got a fantastic topic here. This was posted by Cacao DJ, whatever it happens to be. What is that? Oh, I see it. No, it's okay. This needs to be removed. There we go. So, this is an Asus ROG article that... What are you doing?
I'm modding certain people. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Oh, okay. You can mod people? I've heard of computer modding and car modding.
Well, there's body mods, right?
Body mods.
Yeah, like tattoos and piercings.
Do you have any?
No.
I guess I would have known.
You actually probably would have at this point.
So there's an article on Asus ROG that outlines why a graphics card could ever want a separate heater module for the memory. So this is called their Matrix Memory Defroster. And if you look at the page you're supporting, I don't care. I don't care. Go away, Internet Explorer. Okay, so it shows you a graphics card that's being cooled by presumably liquid nitrogen or... Okay, looks like liquid nitrogen since there's a canister here. So being cooled by liquid nitrogen, and it shows how this frost can accumulate on the back of the card. Now, memory can suffer from certain issues like cold bugs in much the same way that processors can. So what this does is it actually keeps the memory at a temperature that isn't so cold that it bugs out, but is still cold enough that you're going to get better overclocking out of it, and it's just one less thing for pro overclockers to worry about. I think my comment on this back when I first saw it is probably, you know, about as right as anything could ever be, just like anything I say. I'm just kidding. I can be wrong about all kinds of things. In fact, I was wrong about something on the show last week, and I owe an apology to someone that I was wrong about something about. GPU versus CPU actual total thermal output. I was going based on temperature, not based on the actual thermal output. So GPUs, I've been informed, although we're probably going to just test it at some point, even though I believe them. So GPUs just have lower thermal density, which means their temperatures are lower, even though the thermal output is actually quite high. So there you have it. I can be wrong about things, and I don't even remember what I'm talking about anymore. Right. So the comment I made at the time was, okay, so Asus has developed a feature for their ROG class cards that is going to have probably thousands of people who know what it is and what it does and why it exists. It's going to have maybe hundreds of people who care, and then it's going to have maybe dozens of people who are actually going to use it. But you know what? If you know, it's easy to just throw up your hands and say, okay, it's impossible to innovate on graphics cards. It's hard to keep trying to find ways to push the envelope, and without, you know, guys like Asus building in features like this, we wouldn't have things like built-in voltage checkpoints to actually monitor the voltage of your GPU, something that is a very cool diagnostic tool when you're overclocking.
And, like, very usable even if you're not doing LN2 cooling.
You can buy a multimeter for like $20 at Canadian Tire, if you're Canadian.
Or wherever you buy those things.
American Tire. Walmart.
Yes. Probably, yeah, that's probably.
So you can buy a multimeter on the cheap, and then it can really help you diagnose whether that voltage slider is actually doing anything, whether your card overvolts or undervolts. So all this stuff's really great. So without these kinds of innovations that might seem useless one by one, we wouldn't have the great graphics cards that we have today. So kudos to Asus for thinking outside the box on this one, and I guess that's all I pretty much have to say about that. What's our next topic? Because I'm trying to do a thing here.
Sorry, I was also trying to do a thing. I will find the next topic, though. The next topic is Supreme Court decides on the future of TV featuring Aereo?
Oh,
or Aero?
this is cray.
Is it Aereo or Aero?
Aereo, I would
Aereo,
guess.
sure. Okay.
All right, so this is actually probably the biggest topic of the day. So the way that Aereo works is by it all depends on how you word it. So original article here is from WashingtonPost.com, although there was another one that was actually quite helpful when I was reading up on this. Yeah, from The Guardian, and there was another one I was reading and another one I was reading. I mean, the information about this is hard to find from an unbiased source because this is a topic that is extremely polarizing. So let's start with how Aereo works. What it does is it takes OTA TV signals. So these are just broadcast TV signals that anyone with, a duck, a hamster, a piece of toast, and most importantly, an antenna and a television, especially those last two.
Yeah.
And anyone with an antenna and a television can tune into these signals and watch TV.
So all the TV that I had when I was a kid.
Yes. So over-the-air television. What Aereo does is it takes over-the-air television, lets you rent an antenna in their array of antennas, because it's not subscription. They let you rent an antenna in their antenna array, rent cloud storage space, and then it allows you to tune in to OTA broadcasts through your internet connection and even use their rentable storage space as a PVR or DVR, whatever. Video recorder, with a P, with a D, I don't care. So, so the issue here...
It's hard to not say things that are worded as if they come off negatively or positively.
Yeah. So the issue is that other broadcasters are alleging that Aereo is no different from cable and satellite firms that are required to pay fees to rebroadcast their shows. What Aereo is arguing is that a private broadcast, and this is like 40-year-old rulings that they're going back to here, that a private broadcast is not the same as a public broadcast, and because it's an individual user accessing content that they would have otherwise had if they just got an antenna and hooked up a DVR. Like, they're not doing anything they couldn't have otherwise done. So it's a private broadcast. So I don't remember if that sentence made any sense. You know what, guys? I've slept so little this week, like even less than usual.
And this topic is very convoluted and awkward
and the topic is convoluted, whereas what the broadcasters are saying is that Aereo is taking copyrighted material and profiting off of it without paying anyone any fees. So they're just taking money and profiting off of it. And then advocacy groups for the other side are saying, well, hold on just a minute, why should they be paying for it anyway? There's already commercials on it. So you guys, start firing back at the broadcasters. You guys are just trying to maintain your whole double-dipping business model and squash a potential competitor who really all they're doing is enabling consumers to use the technology or to use the content that is already there. Use the technology they have to access content that is already there and already accessible to them. One thing that was missing from both this Washington Post article and the other one that we're referring to here was actually posted by a commenter on one of the other articles I was reading about this, who said, well, hold on a second, something people are kind of missing here is that Aereo only allows you to subscribe within your own catchment area. So you actually can't subscribe to Aereo in, New York if you're in Florida, for example. You have to subscribe to, and like anything, there are workarounds. Yeah. And actually, that's another big thing is that even on the dock?
I think it is.
That Hulu is shutting down VPN users? If
Maybe
it's not, just
not.
throw a note
I'll
in there,
find
and
it,
we'll make sure we talk about that later. But there are, of course, ways to circumvent it. But the way that it's supposed to work is just as a way for you to access the OTA content without subscribing to an expensive cable package that contains a lot of stuff that you likely don't care about. So I see both sides of this one. So that was the whole me struggling through the explanation of what's going on. I hope you guys kind of get it. Let me know if you don't. Post in the Twitch chat if what I said didn't make any sense. But I'll give sort of my 2 cents on both sides of this. On the one hand, if you're creating premium content and someone is profiting off of the distribution of it, they are effectively undercutting the distribution partners who are paying you, and I can understand why you're going after someone who's pursuing that model. One of the justices that's, I don't think they're actually going to be involved in the case, but one of the U.S. justices that has commented on the situation said that looking through Aereo's business model, it seems to be structured entirely to circumvent the existing laws, and that the essence of what they're doing is just flat out wrong. And I'm paraphrasing a little bit here because I can't find the quote right now, but I don't necessarily, I see it from Aereo's side as well. Because what they're doing is just allowing people to use 21st century technology that they have. And I mean, quite frankly, you're already going to be helping out your local cable provider by paying for an internet subscription anyway. So they're using technology that we have to just do something that already exists and do it a little bit better.
One interesting thing that someone has brought up is that you can rig this up yourself.
Yes. And that's the whole defense here for Aereo, is that this is something you can do yourself.
Yeah.
It's just that they're making it accessible and they're charging people a convenience fee.
Yeah.
Now, if what they were doing was they were tuning into OTA and then they were like retransmitting it over the airwaves, or if they had a site, I guess, that you went on to, and then anyone, like a site like twitch.tv, okay, where anyone can tune into their rebroadcast. That would be a public rebroadcast. But the way that it's structured is that antenna, you're renting it, you're leasing it, you're whatever. I guess if you really wanted to, you could buy an antenna, but then you'd just be doing it yourself. But like, instead of buying it, you are renting it, and that antenna is just for you. So they're not rebroadcasting it publicly. I think they're going to lose.
I think so too, but it's a really interesting argument.
I think they're going to lose, but I think at the end of the day, this is just going to be whack-a-mole, where someone else will find a similar loophole, and the conventional media guys are just going to have to keep knocking these little guys down one at a time,
get through.
and something will get through. I mean, the thing here is that Aereo has... Aereo, yeah, sorry. Really tired. Aereo has already won a couple of cases in lower courts. This is the first time it's going to the Supreme Court. They've already won a couple. They lost one. They lost the most recent one. So this really could go either way. And I think, according to the letter of the law, Aereo's probably right.
Currently, yes, but like what I've been reading on some of what the justices have been saying is they might need to kind of fix things so this can't happen, because when they wrote that law...
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, and they didn't expect stuff like this to be able to happen. So now that it can happen, maybe the laws have to change, which is annoying to preempt, to like after the fact change a law. I hate doing that with things like the COC on the forum and stuff because it's really annoying, but
the thing about it is that laws need to adapt. I mean, how would you make a law about cybercrime 50 years ago?
When it doesn't exist.
When it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, so I totally understand the issue here, because the entire business model of creating this content is based on getting kickbacks from the distributors of the content. I understand that. But on the other hand, I understand the argument that that system is fundamentally broken right now, and something needs to shake it up. I don't know if Aereo is going to be the thing that shakes it up, but what I do know is that something will have to shake it up, because it's a problem. I mean, it's gotten to the point where I will not pay to watch a hockey game. Because for me to pay to watch a hockey game, and I just don't watch them. That's the solution for me. Because for me to pay to watch a hockey game, I have to buy a cable TV subscription that includes a bunch of crap I don't care about, and I have to pay a whole whack ton of money for it. And I'm kind of sitting here going, no, I refuse. I won't do it.
For big events like the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff, all my friends pack up because we all don't have cable TV. None of us, and we all go to my parents.
Well, it's funny because everyone talks about cord cutters, But there's a whole other the group of people my age are. I heard the term cord nevers, and I really liked it because the only time I've ever had a cable TV subscription that I've I was going to say that I have paid for was when they gave me a free trial with my internet that I didn't pay for and then canceled as soon as I had to pay for it.
I never even took the free trial.
It was kind of handy.
I don't even want it.
It was playoffs.
That makes sense.
I took the free trial and I was like, oh, this is great. By the time this is over, I won't have any hockey to watch anyway.
Yeah, exactly. My thing was I was scared because I just assumed that after the free trial it was just going to start billing me.
Yeah, it does.
And I was going to school at the time and I was like, I'm going to forget about this and I'm going to get a bill and I'm not going to be able to afford it and it's going to be bad.
Nah, I just set up a Google Calendar reminder and then the Shaw office is actually between mine and my in-laws' house. So I just grabbed the box, dropped it off there. I'm like, yeah, we're done. Like, do you still want your internet? Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with the internet.
Thanks for the trial, though.
So, I mean, for me, the fundamental problem here is that the providers, the cable providers in particular, can't decide how they want this to work. Okay? When it comes to TV, they want us to pay for large, all-you-can-eat packages, and then just give us whatever we could possibly want. And then when it comes to cell phone and internet, by the way, in Canada anyway, and I know in a lot of places, there's a lot of overlap between TV, cell phone, and internet. So when it comes to cell phone and internet, oh, well, hold on a second. We want more of a pay-as-you-go type model here, and you pay for the things you use. And I'm kind of sitting here going, okay, you know what? I get it either way. Okay, you want to package things. You want to have a flat rate sort of fee. Okay, I get it. I'm not going to subscribe because I don't care about that stuff, but I understand your point. Okay, you want me to pay per usage because there's a certain amount of congestion on a network or whatever else. You want to minimize that. I get that, but you got to make up your mind. You can't be like, oh, well, when it suits us, you can pay as you go, and when it doesn't suit us, then we want you to take the whole thing. You got to give me options here because that does not fly for me. Because I would have no problem paying for TV if I could say, okay, I want Sportsnet, TSN, and I don't know, Cartoon Network.
That's like it. I remember when my parents were actually somewhat interested in getting a cable connection way back in the day, and we went through the show catalog, and I was like, I want that one, and maybe that one, and then I'm done.
Yep.
So I don't care about any of that. And my dad, my brother, and I had overlaps on all of those, and then that was about it.
Right. And you guys never did end up getting one, did you?
I think we had one while my grandpa was here, and then I think it was gone.
Right.
Very shortly after. And then that's about it.
All right. So why don't we talk about your back door here?
Oh wow, it's not my back door.
Well, it's a back door.
It's many people's back doors.
All right. Because that makes it better.
So, a security researcher has found that there was a backdoor in DSL routers. That was found a little while ago, I think a month ago or something. And then there was a patch.
You should talk about what the backdoor does.
So the backdoor allows you to. I was getting into that after the
Talking
patch
about the birds
and then
and the
the
bees.
cover up, and then I was going to tell them what that was.
So
essentially, there was then a patch which fixed the problem. The same guy then found that the patch was just kind of a cover-up and it can be removed very easily. So what it does is allows you administrative access to the router. So all administrative controls you can control. So GG router. You can flash lights, you can see packets, you can do all that kind of stuff. It's pretty aggressive. The way that the secret is removed is just literally by sending a knock. That knock, though, is in an Ethernet packet, so like a raw data Ethernet packet, so it can only be sent from inside the network or from an ISP. So this scares people because of NSA's level stuff. It's on 24 models of different routers it has been found on so far, ranging from, I believe, Linksys and Cisco, so both levels there, and Netgear, different routers. But then this is one guy, so I fully expect it could be more than that, because the problem is actually based around a piece of firmware that they all share. It gives them root shell access for people that knows what that really means. So this is kind of scary just because everything in this form is scary right now, because of what the NSA was doing. What were they up to last week? Right, Heartbleed. So it's just every single week, it's just one more terrible thing. I forgot Diamond. Diamond is also another brand that's having a problem with them as well. That's actually pretty much it.
So there you go, guys. We don't have a solution for you or anything.
No, because it has to be fixed unless someone's going to make their own firmware. But I don't even know if these routers are susceptible to that. It's not going to be fixed because they obviously don't want to if they just made a cover up. So yeah, I guess we'll see where this goes. But all we can really do is just pay attention and hope that it goes away, and check to see if your router is on that list. So you know if you have to change something. Does it sound bad? Or
You're a little quiet.
Oh, okay.
People are asking for you to be louder. Oh, the mic's in the shot now. Genius.
It's the source was from Ars Technica. So if you want to see those routers and other stuff, go to the Ars Technica article. This Easter egg DSL router patch merely hides backdoor instead of closing it. You'll find that article, and then you can find other stuff out. See if your router is a problem or not.
Absolutely fantastic. So, speaking of things that are absolutely fantastic, assumptions about the OnePlus One. Very few people have actually had their hands on this incredibly confusingly named phone. I mean, what the heck? So the company is OnePlus, and then the phone is called the One. And it absolutely baffles me. As much as I hate to see needless lawsuits between companies, like it drives me crazy. It baffles me that they can get away with this.
Is HTC's the One, or is just One?
It's
right?
just One. It's the HTC One.
Can we stop naming things One?
Like they named their entire even company OnePlus.
Yeah.
So like, anyway. So specs have been revealed.
Can we nickname it the Two?
No, because I already call my HTC One M8 the Two.
But this is OnePlus One. Breathing intensifies.
You're freaking me out here. I don't know what to do. Anyway, so it's going to arrive in mid-May. Right now, you actually can't pre-order it in the same way that you could pre-order a normal phone, and they're doing a weird invite-based system, but the full specs are out there. It uses a Qualcomm Snapdragon 801. It's got 4 Crate 400 cores. They're clocked at 2.5 gigahertz, making it the fastest phone on the market. It uses an Adreno 330 GPU. It's got a 1920 by 1080 screen. It's a 5.5-inch screen, so this is quite a large phone.
Yep.
Like coming in on phablet territory there. It's got 401 pixels per inch in terms of its pixel density. It's got a 5 megapixel front camera with a 13 megapixel rear camera. It's available in 16 gig or 64 gig configurations. They've all got 3 gigs of RAM, and it's $299 for the 16 gig and a mere $349 for a 64 gig phone. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's a big deal because I've been upset about this for a long time. How much cheaper flash storage has gotten, and yet how we're stuck with the same price points on these phones with the same capacity as like 4 years ago.
And like this is fantastic, but that price jump of $50 is they're still making money off that. Which is like, that's still fantastic though. I'm happy to pay that compared to other phones where it's like, you get 8 more gigabytes, we'll take $100.
So the phone runs on Cyanogen mod. It has an anodized faux metal rim and swappable backplate. It's going to be manufactured in the same factory as Oppo phones. It packs triple noise cancelling microphones for, allegedly, superb call quality, and packs stereo speakers similar to HTC's One series. However,
one extra thing is the back is supposed to be removable. You're supposed to be able to customize your back similarly to the Moto X customize your own X style thing, where you can get like wooden styled ones and all these other styled ones as well.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then this
is a marketing disaster in my mind. So they're running a never settle campaign called
talking about trademarks.
Smash Your Phone. I know, right?
Like AMD does that, man.
Smash your phone, okay? So what they're saying is you can buy the OnePlus One for $1 by applying to be one of the first to own it. So you'll also be one of the first to have it. Okay, so you apply, you stand out. So they're going to choose 100 applicants to be the smashers. Smash and share a video of your smash on YouTube, and a OnePlus One will be yours. You will get a 16 gig silk white and 3 invites for other people to purchase the phone. Something that's actually a pretty hot item right now.
Yeah,
People want to buy these phones. Now, one sort of challenge here, and I see they don't have their there we go. There's a list of the qualifying phones, which I can't find right now. I think it's on one of the links.
If you click on I'll Smash My right there.
Ah, there we go.
Yep. There you go.
There you go. So there's a list of the qualifying smashable phones. So a few problems here. Problem number one is that the vast majority of those smashable phones can probably be traded in for anywhere from $200 to $300. So you could do the environmentally and just generally responsible thing and trade in your phone and then just buy one. Number two actually is a sort of part of that last thing I just said, is the environmental impact of smashing phones. I mean, some of the chemicals that are in phone screens, phone batteries, are things that should really be disposed of safely, not just...
If you're going to do this, like, at the very least, go remove the back, remove the battery, put the back on so no one can tell, and then smash it. Because,
on the other hand, you know, iPhone 5 is on the list, so it's not like you can remove the battery from that. Like, this is like, really brutal.
Yeah.
So that, to me, just smacks of irresponsibility. And then, on top of that, we've had this issue a number of times where we announce a contest, and people just don't listen.
Completely don't read.
People can't listen for 20 seconds. Like, at all. For example, the HTC One M8 giveaway. We've got two phones. I am announcing the winners during this show, by the way. The HTC One M8 giveaway that we did, I said, click the link in the video description. There are instructions there. The number of people who posted their favorite thing about the One M8 under the video was like in the hundreds. And I'm like, you guys, you didn't listen. You're not entered in the giveaway. And I'm sorry. I mean, it's great that you posted that. It actually generated a lot of great discussion. And maybe some people double posted. I know some people did. But guys, you're not in the giveaway. You got to pay attention. So here we go. Example of not paying attention being a big problem. Ahead of the contest, people are already smashing their phones. This is an article on Android Authority where they complain about some of the same things that I really didn't like about this whole contest. So this was in Android Authority's article where apparently one of these guys here didn't even fully understand what product was being given away and thought that it was actually an HTC One. So here, this guy, I don't know if this was the one or not, but this is painful to watch because unless OnePlus decides to do some PR, you know, fixing here and give phones to the people who already smashed them before they knew they were entered, this guy just wrecked a perfectly good iPhone, and it's dead now. And he's not getting a OnePlus One. So,
oh, wow, yeah, no, okay. Yeah, not recoverable.
No. No, this will not be being used anymore.
At first I was like, it's not that hard to replace iPhone screens in the back. It's probably, nope. Snap and nap. Kind of brutal. I was looking at this earlier, and I wouldn't be surprised if a massive amount of the entrants are Z10s. You can get those a lot cheaper than the rest of the phones, and because you don't have to smash your phone first.
Yeah.
Just making sure people got that part. People entering could say that they have one and then go out and buy one and smash it if they get selected. Not that that's a good thing.
Yeah,
but
we still
I
don't
fully
want...
suspect a lot of people are going to do that, though.
We still
which
don't
is
want
like,
people to do that.
Okay, that's also not the point at all of what they're trying to do, so their whole PR thing is also not going to work. Because it's just a whole bunch of people going, oh, well, I don't have to smash my phone. I can retire it to my mom or do whatever and get someone else's. Or it's going to be a lot of phones that don't work.
Right.
Already, and then they're going to smash them and then throw them away. I don't know.
So those should still be disposed of in an environmentally friendly manner. All right, so this was posted by whatever, that guy. Intel is allegedly working on a new Thunderbolt-Controller Chip to drive two 4K displays at the same time. So it will use PCI Express Gen 3, which means that hopefully, by the time this rolls out, AMD and NVIDIA will be like comfortable enough with the level of performance that Thunderbolt is delivering to give us drivers to enable external GPUs, because you can already hook up a graphics card on a PCI Express to Thunderbolt bridge that should work. It's AMD and NVIDIA not providing a driver that is causing it to not work. And I don't know the reasons they're not providing a driver. There could be very good reasons. But hopefully, When this happens, we'll get that. What we'll definitely get is 40 gigabit per second bandwidth, and enough to, like I said, to drive 2 4K displays off of a single cable. I mean, that's one of the reasons, probably, why Apple has 6 Thunderbolt 2 connectors on the Mac Pro. Because it's not uncommon for a creative professional to have 2, usually 2, and often 3 or even more displays connected. So even though we joke about the Mac Pro and we go, oh, that's all the external expansion it has, and there's that awesome picture of the then and now with the old Mac Pro in the tower and the new Mac Pro with all the with the CD drive connected externally and all the crap piled around it. We joke about that, but a big part of the reason is actually, well, you just need to be able to drive displays off the thing. So right now, you can't do a single 4K display yet off of a Thunderbolt connector. You can do only a single 4K display off of a Thunderbolt connector, and with 4K coming down in price so quickly and so dramatically, running multiple 4K displays is going to be a thing really soon.
One of the coolest things, too, is its ability to drive up to 100 watts of power.
I know!
That's solid.
So get this. I mean, again, the notebooks of the future, right? Where you take, I mean, this has Thunderbolt, not Thunderbolt 40 gigabit per second charges off of the thing. So the way this is going to work, guys, is you're going to plug into your Thunderbolt enabled monitor that also has a Thunderbolt, external GPU slot that also has a Thunderbolt, everything else you're going to need. You're going to plug your laptop, one cable. Your laptop will be charging. It will be running. It will be outputting to the display, and all your other peripherals, mind blown.
Awesomeness. They need to start calling these things really cool names, like
Thunderbolt's
Alpine Ridge.
Pretty cool.
The chip.
I actually had a call with someone from Intel today, and I found out how Intel does their code names.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. So sometimes, and there's no hard and fast way, but he gave me 2 scenarios. So sometimes the project lead, whoever owns the project, literally picks from a list of code names and goes, that one seems pretty neat, and assigns it. Do you know how Devil's Canyon was done?
No.
There's a group within Intel that puts on, I believe it's LANFest is the events that they work on. And the way that the whole LANFest project works, I had no idea, and this is really cool, is that Intel employees who are passionate about gaming donate their time.
Really?
And then Intel pays, but not the employees, they pay to a charity of the choice of the employees donating their time to the project. So Intel is ultimately still paying for all the LANFest stuff, but it's the employees who are truly passionate about it driving it, and then Intel is turning that into a charitable donation. So I thought that was really... Anyway.
That is really cool.
So the way that Devil's Canyon, the alleged, rumored, upcoming Intel CPU refresh, was named was by polling those guys.
That's kind of cool.
So they gave them a bunch of options. They were like, what do you think is the coolest one for an enthusiast grade product? And they're like, overwhelmingly, Devil's Canyon.
Devil's Canyon.
And I was like, oh, that's
cool.
cool.
That sounds badass.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I think that's fantastic.
It's like Alpine Ridge, which sounds like a body wash. Or maybe a sports refresher energy drink.
Yeah, it could be a drink. It could be like ski goggles.
Yep.
I could see it being a piece of apparel.
Definitely. But why not Thor?
Thor? Well, I think there's issues there with Marvel.
But it's a Greek god.
That's true.
You shouldn't be able to... You're probably not wrong, but
Yeah.
that's stupid that you're probably not wrong.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I mean, they wouldn't like it.
No, I'm sure not. Isn't it Sony owns the rights to Mutant or something?
Oh, I don't
I don't remember what it is. There's some super common word, and it's part of the reason why Spider-Man can't be that. Whatever.
So one issue here is that the powered Thunderbolt 3, I guess, whatever we're going to call it, the 40 gigabit per second Thunderbolt connector, would actually have to be a different connector, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But there'll probably be some kind of an adapter system. I mean, the thing about PCI Express, which is what Thunderbolt is based on, is that it is forwards and backwards compatible. So as long as you had a physical adapter, your older Thunderbolt gear should still be okay. Something that will be good news to folks who have heavily invested in Thunderbolt,
Because
to
a lot
whom
of
I
that
would
stuff's not
say,
cheap.
why? I still don't quite understand why people buy Thunderbolt gear.
It's so much more expensive.
I know. But you're saying that's why they buy it?
No,
Oh.
I'm like agreeing with you, being like, yeah, I don't know, I don't get it. We don't use anything that's Thunderbolt.
We actually do own one Thunderbolt piece of gear.
What thing?
We didn't pay for it though.
Oh.
We have an external drive from Western Digital.
Oh yeah.
That's like a dual drive, and it's kind of cool actually.
Yeah, but we didn't pay for that.
That's true. We did not. I don't know. We own two pieces. We have a hard drive dock. Also, we didn't pay for. Okay. I'll let you handle this one.
This one's really short, but...
Has Virtuix managed to make themselves relevant again?
No.
Okay.
This isn't going to consumers, at least right away. So that's why it's like, what? Anyways, there's a modification kit thing for the Virtuix Omni. Right now it's one package. Hopefully later it'll be a kit that consumers can buy, but right now it's
to
kinda,
upgrade existing Omnis.
Yes, but it's right now it's just for it's a design project with with Rice University in Texas. It's R&D for possibly military training applications. It's not a consumer level thing, but I fully expect people to scream for it, so it'll probably become a consumer level thing at some time. They said they may offer it, but they're not dedicated to anything right now, and like Linus said, it's going to be an upgrade kit to the existing Omni. So if you already bought one, you don't have to worry about buying an entirely new kit, which is going to cost way more money. You just buy an upgrade kit, which could possibly be even more, looking at the size of the thing, which we have only the one picture of, so you can show that.
Oops, sorry.
Just poked the crap out of your screen, sorry. So you can see it actually looks a lot more like the ghetto Omnis that people have been making, having the 4-post system with the supports coming in. So the idea with this is that it can go up and down with you, but then still provide support.
Right.
It's a pretty interesting project, but I don't expect it to be cheap. And I think that's part of the reason why it's more of a military training application idea and not necessarily a consumer idea, is even as an upgrade kit, I expect this to be really expensive. So current level Omnis, you can run around and you can jump.
Yeah. Can you imagine jumping on that thing though? That'd be tough.
I was actually just going to bring this up.
Okay,
is
go
that
ahead.
Currently you can run around and you can I should have done quote unquote jump because that makes more sense. And now you'll be able to crouch. Part of the problem with them claiming jumping is one of the abilities is I fully expect if you did that all the time, you would end up breaking things or yourself, because they have essentially, if you've ever been longboarding or if you have friends that have been longboarding, if they have those longboarding gloves with the like slick plasticky kind of pad things on their gloves, you're essentially wearing those on your feet on a plastic surface. So you slide a lot. That's the whole point. So it feels like you're running as you're putting your feet on plastic, is because it slides down. So jumping on that type of a surface, if you're actually trying to get a lot of air, yeah, it's going to be kind of scary. So there's not a ton to say in there. If you do want it, I'm sure contacting Virtuix would help it come to the consumer end. But just remember, it's going to be really expensive.
How would you feel as an Omni Kickstarter backer at this point? That thing has been so up and down with the recent thing out of Oculus being, yeah, we're focused on a sitting down experience, not on a moving around experience. So
there's
I know someone who backed it.
Do you?
Yeah.
And like bought the whole thing?
Yeah.
Like a full bag, like the $400?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. I don't know. I would be paying a lot of attention to the small groups, very small groups right now that are working on I can't even call it ghetto solution because it has to be pretty advanced for this to work properly. But like the moving of the camera, they're trying to make that a reality, but having it based off your physical movement is going to impede you a lot, for one.
Right.
And there's going to be, unless it's like hardcore strapped in, which is going to be highly uncomfortable, there's going to be mechanical lag because you're going to turn and then it's going to have to pick up with you.
Right.
And then there's software problems with it shifting too much. And then motorized versions that detect your movement based off of the Kinect are going to have problems again. And I don't know. They're trying to make something work, but none of the solutions are very feasible yet, and they're all aftermarket ones. Omni hasn't said anything
right
about it actually happening.
You mean Oculus?
No.
Or Omni. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
No worries. Virtuix, I should have said. Yeah.
Huh. All right.
It's an interesting situation, but people do have to realize that quote is very real. They're focusing the seated forward-facing this box of field of view from the camera position.
I mean, cool stuff's going to happen in the future, but for now, they want to focus on one thing at a time, and I totally get that, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Speaking
I hope it happens
of
fairly quickly, but yeah, I respect that. Wow, what's going on?
yeah, it's okay. Anyway, speaking of things that are good, I guess the Facebook Oculus acquisition is a done deal now. It's been approved by the feds, so there you go. I guess that's all we really have to say that. The last thing is, and I apologize, guys, this is another Oculus. This is another Oculus story, but it's one that leads into a very interesting conversation. Facebook sees movies as the next big thing for Oculus Rift. So this is an article from Tech Radar, and I would like for us to have a bit of a conversation here. We haven't primed this one at all, other than just to have sort of notes on it, which I just closed, so now I've got nothing. But you know what? Here, why don't you do the facts, and then we'll have the discussion.
This one?
Yeah.
So, what do you mean by facts?
I mean the things in there.
Okay, so according to Corey, I can't say your last name,
Yeah, don't worry
Facebook's
about the
VP
names.
of mobile engineering, virtual reality is destined to go well beyond gaming, and movies seem to be the obvious next conquest. People have been talking about going to IMAX, essentially, and wearing an Oculus, and how that experience could be with the awesome audio and everything else that there is in an IMAX. Another quote by the same, I can't pronounce your last name, I'm very sorry, Facebook's VP of mobile engineering. I am completely excited about the intersection of Hollywood and virtual reality. I think we're going to see the next I think what we're going to see, I've mixed one word there, over the next coming year is going to be truly spectacular. So essentially there's just a lot of, we're interesting. One of the problems is going to be, you're not going to be able to shoot content that's actually properly designed for a Rift by using the same kind of camera setup that we use, and what a lot of much better camera setup, but what a lot of movies would use, which is like a prime camera and maybe one or two other shots, and then that's it. You're going to need an insane amount of cameras because you're going to have to be able to capture everything, and part of your problem is going to be like people and stuff, which would normally be behind the scenes. Well, if someone goes like this, what's going to happen? It's, yeah.
So, in my mind, the only way for a VR film to work properly would be an autonomous array of relatively inexpensive omnidirectional cameras. So and you won't be able, unless you can make drones much quieter than they are and much more advanced than they are, you're not going to be able to record sound with any, I guess, okay, you could mic up everyone and everything, but still that wouldn't help for ambient sound collection. So you're going to need an autonomous array of drones, and then you're going to need to have a crazy, sophisticated way of having each of them overlap each other's images enough to cancel each other out so that you can't see the drones. Or whether it's drones or whether it's something else, the way that the camera arrays will have to work will have to be so that for every camera that's positioned, so let's say you guys are looking at a top-down view. So for every camera positioned here, there's going to have to be one here and here so that we can see anything that would have been blocked by this one from this camera position here. Because someone has to be able, for VR to be a way for me to compellingly be told a story, it's going to have to work the same way that VR would work in a game where I can walk around in the environment. Which leads us to the other reasonable future scenario, which is maybe we just do away with sets and actors and the whole thing goes full CGI. I mean, you're still going to have that, it's not quite real, it's still a little bit creepy effect, but
not if it's designed to not look real.
Okay, if it's not designed to look real, then I guess there's that, but that still doesn't address any kind of footage of anything that's like actually real. Like I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining this properly. I think this could be the first technological thing that happens that really makes me feel old. Because I get the feeling much like anyone who, kind of looked at MP3s or still looks at MP3s today and goes, well, the radio was good enough when I was a kid, so the radio's good enough now. And you know what? The radio's still great. But I think for me, this is not going to be a compelling way to watch a movie for an hour and a half.
I don't think it will be now. One of the problems you see when you come out with a new medium, like let's look at video games. When video games first started being a really big deal, what a lot of people started trying to do was, and now I'm not saying Pong, I'm saying stuff beyond that. They tried making movies that were interactive. Like, do you remember that? People were trying to merge movies and video games, and they tried to make these like stupid playable on your DVD player video games because they were like movies and games. Yeah. The second you try to merge things like this, there's gonna be the people that kind of half-ass it at the beginning, and it's not gonna work very well. What people are gonna have to actually do is create an experience focused around the idea that it's a movie for virtual reality. And it's going to have to be filmed completely differently. It's going to have to be written completely differently. All the sets are going to have to be made completely differently. Everything is going to have to be totally different. I think it's going to be a long time till we get there. Even if we start trying now, I think everything's going to be kind of crap at the beginning.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways VR could work for a movie. I mean, like, I guess you wouldn't even need to be VR in order for, like, as camera technology changes, if you could watch the movie flat, or if you could watch the movie from the perspective of any one character that you pick, like if you could cycle through or whatever else. Like, there's a lot of different things that can happen here. I just don't know which ones of them will be enjoyable.
That's something that's interested me as well, is if you can be like, I am the lead character, or I am the supporting role, and you want to see it from their angle.
I want to be Sauron.
Yeah, like something like that. But then what's your movie going to be?
Yeah.
That's another part of the problem when I brought in sets and scripts and all that kind of stuff, because he's not actually in that much of the movie. So how do you make that a movie?
Right.
Will there be much more filming? And then part of the problem is you're bringing in way more angles and you're bringing in way more possibilities, so that is going to raise costs by a lot. If you have to produce an entire movie from different people's perspectives, but the same feature length, that's a lot of editing and production.
It sounds like a crazy Kickstarter project that just might work.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like someone's going to try.
Someone will try. Oh, definitely. Like, this will happen. And I fully expect, I think it's, all I'm trying to say is I think there's going to be growing pains. I don't think it's not going to grow. I don't think it's not going to happen. I'm pretty sure Facebook has made it extremely clear that they want this to happen. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I have a feeling I'm going to be a geezer about it, though. Because it just doesn't sound that appealing to me. Gaming, VR, yeah, heads up. Or, like, definitely 2 thumbs up. Augmented reality, VR, oh yeah, I'm so into that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm actually more excited about that than sitting down in VR.
Me too, but I don't see that as being very good for a while.
Oh, it's going to be a long time. But
yeah.
That's the holy grail to me.
That's why I'm focusing on VR.
I mean, that goes all the way back to our virtual, like, flying RC things at each other.
Yeah,
like,
the football field worth of... Yeah.
That goes all the way back to that. It's like, that is exciting. That's the kind of thing that I would spend all my money on.
Have you seen the digital trips thing from Watch Dogs?
No.
When you go around, I'm gonna... This is stuff that's been already released, so if you're waiting for Watch Dogs, maybe plug your ears, but this is not... I don't think they're trying to hide this. This isn't really a spoiler alert or anything like that. But digital trips. You can walk around and people on the street will just try and sell you, like, digital trips. And you will... It like, changes how the game plays. And, like, one of them, I can't remember what it's actually called, but you turn into this giant spider tank.
Right.
So you're a tank, but it has, like, spider legs and stuff.
Sure.
And you just run around and jump around the city and just blow crap up. And you have, like, a cannon, and it's just ridiculous, but it's a digital trip, and I don't remember exactly if there's, like, side effects or crazy things that can happen or anything like that. I haven't looked way too far into it, but, like, that kind of stuff would be really cool. Like, altering that, like, alternate reality with the football field and stuff. If you take that idea, or you're just, like, sitting on the bleachers, and it's a normal day, but then all of a sudden there's spider tanks and helicopters and stuff, and you're fighting your buddy, and, like, yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
That would be really cool.
All right, so That's it for virtual reality stuff for today. Don't worry, guys.
Yep.
Amazon has secured a deal to provide HBO premium content to Amazon Prime members.
I told you that title was weird.
You will be able to access HBO shows, not all of them. HBO is going to be sticking to like a multi-year delay between when they release content and then when stuff is available sort of elsewhere. But what's amazing about this whole thing is this is HBO's first move towards any kind of purely digital distribution network. So HBO content has already been available as on demand, but this is the first time you're going to be able to stream it in an unlimited fashion using just your Amazon Prime membership. Now, Amazon did recently increase the price of Amazon Prime, but as you can already see, it looks like that was for good reason, and they're looking to add more value to that increased subscription in order to continue to justify it for people. So, but the first question in my mind was, are they going to have Game of Thrones on it? No Game of Thrones. So it's going to have Sopranos, The Wire, Deadwood, Rome, 6 Feet Under, so all seasons of some of the older stuff. It's going to have select seasons of newer stuff like True Blood. It's going to have some original movies like Too Big to Fail and You Don't Know Jack, and some documentaries, some comedy specials from Ellen DeGeneres, and so folks like that. It's going to have some of the miniseries like Band of Brothers, and there you go as an Amazon Prime member. So if you have a Kindle TV or whatever that Fire TV. Thank you. If you have a Fire TV, then I'm really off today.
It's cool.
Then you're going to be able to stream these to yourself, and I think that's great, but just plain not enough.
Yeah, HBO needs to figure it out. In my opinion, they need to start, because what was it, like Game of Thrones was the most downloaded thing through torrents ever? Didn't they win that twice or something?
I think so.
And like, come on, guys. Maybe figure it out at some point in time. Get a website. I'll pay a subscription. I don't even have a cable connection, but I'd love to watch your shows. I honestly haven't. I think I've watched like almost the first season of Game of Thrones because I watched it at my parents' house. Like, I'd love to see it, going through the books, but I'm kind of holding out because HBO's gotta revolutionize in some form at some point in time. They have to. Like, come on, guys. Everyone's moving off the TV. Maybe they'll get antennaed at some point. And what was their name? Aereo? Maybe Aereo will figure out some way.
Oh, that would be tough. That would be tough.
I'm pretty sure they'd lose that fight. What's up next?
Well, I wanted that to lead into, here we go.
Right here.
Is that the article?
Yeah.
Awesome. I couldn't see that I can't see that for some reason. Where is that? Oh, it's way down at the bottom. There we go. Okay. So here we go. So again, it's not good enough, and the situation is terrible. So this is from Slashdot. Actually, there was I had a better article on it before, but whatever. The point is, Hulu apparently worried that too many non-US residents are using cheap VPN services to watch its US programming, have started blocking IP address ranges belonging to known VPN services. Hulu didn't announce the ban, but users of affected VPNs are getting this message. Based on your IP address, we noticed you are trying to access Hulu through an anonymous proxy tool. Hulu is not currently available outside the US. If you're in the US, you'll need to disable your anonymizer to access videos on Hulu. So
There's
the
a better
problem...
link in there now.
Sorry?
There's the link I meant to put in there now.
That's okay. So the problem here is that it denies access to Hulu from people who are in the US, just because they want to use a VPN to have a slightly more anonymous internet browsing experience, which is okay. Like, that's fine. The other issue here is that this, again, so HBO, it's not good enough to kind of go like, oh, yeah, well, like, some of our old stinky content that is still good, but quite frankly, if you were that interested in watching The Sopranos, you've probably already seen it.
Yeah.
Like some of our old stuff is like, yeah, it's okay. We need legitimate ways to access premium content in a timely manner. Blocking things and holding on to things is not going to last forever, and I wish we would just hurry up and get over it.
I can't even remember what it was, but I tried to watch a video last night or the night before on some website, and it was like, you can't watch this because you're in Canada. And I was like, oh, geez. And then as I'm going to close the site, it has a pop-up, which is like, can you answer our survey about using our website? And I was like, yes, I hate everything. I was like, this is so stupid. I can't use your website. It's a pretty big problem. It's,
And
it's
I mean,
so frustrating.
I like, it's not clear to me what the solution is, because I mean, you know, part of the problem is that advertisers aren't going to want their advertising impressions wasted on people who can't even benefit from their services.
But then find a monetization platform that works so that ads are different on when it's being viewed in a different country.
So your solution is to create a ginormous, you know, advertising network that puts ads everywhere? I don't think anything like that exists.
At first, I thought you were serious.
So
I was like, what?
It's one of those things where, to me, if the issue is advertising and licensing, then figure it out. But what the real issue is protecting the providers, the existing relationships with providers that are geo-specific. And geo-specific just has to go. It was stupid back when certain game consoles worked in certain regions.
It's still like that.
I know. And it's stupid now. The whole thing is stupid. DVD region locks are stupid. Everything is stupid. You create the content, you get it in front of the eyeballs, you collect the advertising revenue. If the model needs to change, the model needs to change.
Yeah.
So
it's just frustrating. And like I'm honest, I could have VPN'd to watch that video. I could have figured it out, but I was just like, no. Speaking of
VPNs, I actually haven't, the way that it's funny, the way that I did my Hulu Plus integration not that long ago on a Linus Tech Tips video was by using Hotspot Shield, our other sponsor, to let me access it so I could watch the videos. And I haven't actually tried again since this news came out like hours ago to find out if Hotspot Shield is one of the ones affected. But anyway, when it comes to Netflix anyway, or, you know, at least other video streaming services that aren't specifically blocking VPNs, I can say with certainty that Hotspot Shield is the fast, easy way to access content that is locked out of your region. So Hotspot Shield anonymizes you and also provides you with an IP that is based in a completely different location. So they have UK-based ones, they have US-based ones. So if you want to go on ComedyCentral.com, for example, you can watch whatever videos you want, just boom, make sure, and you enable Hotspot Shield. You can actually turn it on and off. And so you just kind of turn it on whenever you want to use it. You turn it off whenever you want to play games, and you don't want your ping times affected by the fact that you're redirecting all of your traffic through a US-based server. And there you go, guys. You can save 20% on their Elite service, which is the one that I recommend, by the way. The free service is ad-supported, so it exists, but it has ads. So if you want sort of the cleanest possible web browsing experience, save 20% by heading over to bit.ly/hsshare for 20% off. Use offer code Linus. Thank you, Hotspot Shield, for sponsoring today's episode of The WAN Show. We've also got Barnacles. Get out of here. That was from Barnacles last week, who was weighing in on our G750JZs. Isn't that awesome that we have like matching laptops
What's that
now?
guy's name? Who hides
Wendell.
behind the fence?
Yeah. We'll have a Wendell moment
No,
here.
the guy... No. Where he's
Oh,
basing
Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Wendell from Tech Syndicate does it too.
I know.
He never shows his face
But
now.
it's more Wilson.
Yeah, well, so we'll
Can
have...
people still hear us?
It's all right. It's not great. Yeah, the audio's not great. So maybe
Okay.
we'll go with this. So the G750JZ is the next evolutionary step in the G750 series from Asus, and what it basically brings to the table is a lot closer to desktop grade performance and a lot closer to desktop pricing than we've ever really seen before. Now, we had some people question our desktop. You remember you ran the benchmarks. Okay, so we had some people question our desktop when we did our comparison, because what we discovered was that matching this feature for feature, spec for spec, it was going to cost us about $200 less to build an equivalent desktop in terms of sort of, you know, the similar Intel CPU and a GPU that performs about the same and all that stuff. But this one actually performed within what? It was about 70 to 80% of the performance of the desktop,
I
right?
said on the stream, though, that if we went for just performance on the desktop, I could have smoked it.
Yeah.
We were going for feature equivalent.
We were going for feature parity. So a lot of the things that we included are things that maybe you wouldn't choose, but you still have to acknowledge that they're features that are going to matter to some people, and they're features that do cost money. Like, for example, we could have bought the cheapest possible motherboard, but we didn't. We bought an Asus motherboard because we were looking for quality parity, and then we bought one with Thunderbolt because this laptop has Thunderbolt, which is a feature that some people use. So that's all there is to it. We threw in, you know, a $20 webcam budget with the desktop because a lot of people use webcams. This notebook includes a webcam, so we're going to have to include a webcam to make sure it's fair, because while you guys might not look at that and go, oh, well, it's, you know, you might look at that and you go, well, oh, that's not the hardware I would have bought, therefore it's not fair. Well, the laptop's available in different configurations. This is the one we happen to have. So we have to build something that's equivalent to it. So that's basically all there is to it. It runs extremely quietly at idle. Here. That's our microphone.
He put the vent. Yeah, he put the vent of the laptop like inside of the fur of our whatever this is called.
It's called a dead cat.
I don't like calling it that.
I know, it's called a dead cat. Anyway, so the point is, it is extremely quiet when you're not doing anything intensive. It runs cool when you're doing crazy intensive stuff. And I think, is it fair to say you were blown away by how well it performs?
Yeah, I'll be completely honest while doing this ad integration, which might not be the greatest thing, but I generally don't like laptops.
I know.
But I've used this a couple times now, and like when we used it in Boston, it output videos really fast, which is really nice. And I used it to play, I don't even remember what, quite a few different games with my buddy Victoria, and never had a single problem. I think this was actually faster than his desktop.
You took this on a trip to Victoria?
Nope.
Seriously? It's company property, man. You gotta at least tell me.
I was talking about my laptop.
No, you weren't. It doesn't even have a video card in it.
It does, actually.
So, we've managed to make it... Oh, seriously? We've managed to make it this far into the integration without even explaining. So it's got a Core i7 4700HQ. It's got an 880M, which is actually just about equivalent to a GTX 770. Delivers a great gaming experience. It's still portable, even though it's obviously not a ZenBook. And there you go, guys. The Asus G750JZ, sponsor of today's episode. I can't even believe you sometimes.
Jay-Z would have just owned his own to bring it to Victoria.
Yes, Jay-Z, the rapper, would have... You know what's the worst part is I'm gonna have to listen to this joke for another 5 weeks.
I'm not gonna give up.
Speaking of jokes that lasted longer than 5 weeks, Google Plus integration on YouTube. Google has allegedly, well, no, it's happened. Google has cut between 1,000 and 1,200 people from the Google Plus project and reassigned them to other divisions, with a huge chunk of them going over to the Android side of things. So that means that products like Hangouts, for example, they're not being cut. They're still going to exist. They're just going to be less focused on Google Plus and more tightly integrated into Android or other YouTube or Google projects. Sorry, I got YouTube on the brain. So one of the reasons for this, actually, we don't have a clear idea about the reason, but one of the reasons for this that I think is just how much negativity there's been around Google Plus and how it's been forced on users. It's one of the few things that Google's really done that has made literally everyone mad. Like, the entire internet was upset about this.
Google has always been really, really good at making something and then just having it exist, and people find out about it, and then people do their own marketing around it. They've always been incredibly good at that.
And that might have worked for Hangouts if it wasn't such a giant piece of crap.
Yeah, Google Plus is terrible. Hangouts
did I say Hangouts?
Terrible.
I'm sorry. Okay, no, I'm okay with...
Part of Hangouts is terrible.
I'm getting better. I'm more okay with Hangouts now. I still don't like the SMS integration.
Desktop.
I still don't like the fact that it doesn't have a proper desktop client.
They need to fix that. I can't use it as my main thing until it's on all platforms.
So, okay, so hold on. But Google Plus, sorry, giant steaming pile of garbage. I mean, honestly, I'm not the best at navigating social media websites. I hardly know how to use Facebook. The only thing I know how to do is to reply to people who post on my posts and post on my page. Other than that, I figured it all out at one point, and I like integrated my Twitter feed and I did all this stuff, and then I forgot everything because I don't use any of that stuff because I don't care. Like, I don't care that my cousin's second nephews. I'm really tired. Like my cousin's third cousin had a birthday. I don't care. So I basically don't even open it other than to manage the Linus Tech page.
You can like filter people out of your...
So I forgot how to use all that stuff. Google Plus, I couldn't even figure out in the first place. And not because I'm an idiot and I can't figure out how to add someone to a circle and post something that they can see. What I couldn't figure out was how to make it part of a workflow for me. How to integrate it into what I'm doing on Twitter and Facebook. How to manage it so that it is correctly tied to some of my YouTube channels, but not my other ones, and so that I can have people administering it. And these are the logistical problems that I had with Google+. The fact that it was a little bit confusing in the first place because nothing's really labeled. So yeah, I imagine once you're a Google Plus genius, it's pretty quick to navigate, but nothing's really correctly labeled in the first place. And second, because of Google's history of permanently tying or untying accounts to each other and being fundamentally broken from then on, I was afraid to experiment. And so unless I created an entire new batch of YouTube channels, an entire new Google Plus, and like trial and errored it, it just wasn't going to work. And that's the problem.
Pretty big problem.
Pretty big problem. If you expect a social network to work, you're going to have influencers on it. I'm already in your ecosystem, Google. I'm a YouTuber, okay? And you can't manage to capture me. That's a problem.
It's pretty bad.
It's terrible.
You know, when they first started talking about how they're going to integrate Google Plus with everything and how it's going to be this giant ecosystem, I was really excited.
Yeah.
And then
it
I was
could have
like,
been great.
wow, this is bad. And now I'm no longer excited.
It could have been amazing.
Should we explain why we're both tired and why laughing at your jokes hurts?
It's going to have to do with the poll, so let's finish up first.
Okay, I think we kind of are.
We're kind of done. There's a couple other things. I just thought this was awesome. It's posted on the forum. All of Denmark has been recreated in Minecraft.
What? Posted
by Johners. Now, okay, this has kind of been done before. Like, the UK did a topographical map, but no. This is the Denmark, like, buildings and stuff. So they're releasing it. The only things that have been changed to make it not completely sandbox is they have removed explosives, and they have, there's one other thing, and all the roofs are flat. That's it. Other than that, it's Denmark.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's pretty cool.
I love it. I think that's fantastic.
That is actually really cool.
And then I had one other thing, I think. Right. Okay. Someone figure out the logistics and kickstart this. I wanted to make it myself, but I give up because I just don't have time. And if you can give me like a couple bucks for the idea, then I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, just make it and send me one. And if you can't even manage that, then just make it and I'll buy one because I really need this. I want a smart lamp, okay? Lamps. The only innovation that has existed in the lamp market has been aesthetic design and putting different kinds of light bulbs in it. What I need, and someone please make this for me, is an LED smart lamp that is for your devices, okay? So I think maybe the Gen 2 product, okay? Maybe Gen 2 product gets wireless charging on one of the levels. But basically the way I want the smart lamp to work is I want it to have a lamp on the top, lamp shade. I want it to look pretty nice, modern aesthetic. So maybe like white shade, black structure. And basically I want the entire thing to be kind of shaped like this and have shelves on each level, and then down one side, maybe you can turn that into like some kind of a stylized thing. So one side's thicker. I want cable management, and then I want the whole smart lamp to have one plug that goes into the wall, and then maybe a base that has a whole bunch of USB ports in it. So what you can do is on your shelves, you can have little wires coming up so that basically all you do is you can plug all of your devices into your smart lamp so that they don't all take up a bunch of space on your nightstand. That's what I want. It needs to exist. It couldn't be that expensive. It couldn't be that difficult to build. But there is, for some reason, there's a crazy shortage of multiple hub chargers. Antec has one that's pretty good. There's another one that's pretty good. But why isn't there one that just has like 6, 7, 8 ports, all of which are 2.1 amp capable with all the latest charging schemes? Please, someone make this for me, and then follow it up with one where the bottom one is a large wireless charging pad, and I think Geeks Lives Everywhere.
You might not even have to follow
better.
it up with that. That could just be like the more expensive tier.
I
Because
think
that also doesn't sound hard to set up.
so. Yes,
Like at all.
lamp with hub. Would like it. People asking what happened to my hand. That actually ties in pretty well to the next thing as well.
Yeah, that's coming later.
So, do you want to... okay, here. Do you want to do a random.org prize winner pick for the HTC One M8s?
Sure, what's the number range?
Which, oh, here. No, it's okay. Here, just use my computer.
Okay.
I want that one.
Okay.
So just do it in our standard way. So random...
I know, random.org.
Random page, and then random person on the page. And then, guys, we're going to validate to make sure that you haven't posted twice.
Do we know how many pages there are? Yes, we do. It's on the forum.
We know how many pages.
490.
I know. We got a lot of entrants.
Oh, no.
And HTC has confirmed. They were super nice about it. Again, not reading the fine print for giveaways, you guys. You were supposed to click the bit.ly link that HTC gave us. Yeah, I'll do that. You were supposed to click the bit.ly link in order to qualify for us to have 2 phones to give away. We needed to get 10,000 clicks. We have over 10,000 entries, and yet we don't have over 10,000 clicks. But HTC was super cool about it, and they gave us 2 phones anyway.
So what are terms? They just have to post in here at all?
They have to post in here at all without double posting. So
the content of the message is not...
Nope, don't care.
Okay.
It's supposed to contain their favorite thing about the One M8, but come on, whatever. We're not gonna draw someone and then not give them the award. We're just gonna scold them for not paying attention.
So
scold everyone for not paying any attention.
210. Of course.
210 of what?
It's page 210.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, we're picking those winners, guys. Stay tuned. Picking dim winners. All about dim winners. And we are also going to explain why my hands are black. Oh, are you out? Yeah. Is the fastest possible ready to rock? All done. You are the man, man.
3, 4, 5, 6,
have a great weekend.
7, 8, 9, 10,
see you Monday.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you have 20 per page. Okay.
Yep. Sorry, I could have told you that. But I was not listening to you. Because I don't care.
Number 11. Gotta find him now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. George Hart. The best thing is the build quality. No replacement for metal.
Nice.
Yeah, metal.
Yeah.
There we go now. I put up these 2. I'm like, nope, that's hang loose. Gotta fix that one. Okay, so do I just message him?
I don't think there's... whatever.
I'll message him
later. Yeah, it's all good.
I'm going to copy the name down, though. You don't think there's what?
I don't remember.
Sure. Okay, so are we going into the thing now?
No, you got to pick one more.
Another one?
Yeah, pick another winner. We got 2 phones, man.
Okay, 420 it was for pages?
490, I think.
490?
Yep. 490.
Right.
The result is
129.
Can they even see that? Oh,
I don't know.
Whatever.
I can zoom in on it.
No, it's okay.
Probably doesn't matter.
They trust us.
What was it? 129?
129. Yep.
Checking.
Oh yeah, they can see it. Never mind. It's all good. So page 129. Here we go, guys. HTC One M8 winner.
Just in case people are confused, I'm URL editing to get to the page.
All right.
Screw clicking next that many times. 20 per page.
Here we go. Second phone winner.
9.
Dun, dun, dun.
1, 2,
I feel sorry for
3,
anyone that
4,
we're scrolling
5,
over right
6,
now.
7, 8, 9. Let me recount that just in case because I laughed partway through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay.
All right.
So,
8878.
There's an N in there.
Oh, okay.
All
right,
I like the
so
1080p screen and build quality and battery.
Battery, yeah.
Battery and cameras and speakers,
Battery.
and I like the video about it. So he likes everything, apparently.
A battery is kind of like a whorehouse where you have to take care of yourself.
Oh no, that's horrible. Wow.
Or a place where you you get stuff to feed fish.
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
Oh, these stupid high bitrate clips. These aren't gonna play over wireless. Oh, that's super unfortunate. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, well
Okay.
I'm gonna find a clip for you guys that here. Okay, you know what? Why don't you do like
Drag that one over.
a Twitter blitz or something?
I have another topic I can talk
Do you?
about.
Okay, yeah. Do a topic.
All right, is this going to work? Whoa.
Yeah,
Not
it should be fine.
So, where is it? Let me get to this. BitTorrent is suggesting that Netflix should move to peer-to-peer networks because of all the crap that's been going around right now over people charging Netflix, like ISPs charging Netflix and ISPs charging other people for premium bandwidth lanes and all the net neutrality issues that are happening right now.
That may still be resolved at some point, but for now
Yep.
are not.
But for now, are not. So they're suggesting that, like I just said, Netflix goes to a peer-to-peer network. The reason why we hadn't covered this topic yet is because I have no notes about it at all. But it's been proved that this could work because of stuff like Popcorn Time. Imagine you had Popcorn Time, but on the scale of Netflix, I don't think the bandwidth issues would even have be a problem because Popcorn Time seemed fast enough. I never even ended up trying it, but from people that I know that tried it, no one had any problems watching videos in high quality. So this would totally work, and it actually does totally make sense. It does pose a problem though, as that would be like super easy as you're storing the file on your computer.
Right.
And I don't think right now with Netflix, even if you view it through a website, it's just streaming. You're not actually saving a temp file or anything, right? Yeah, no. So, is this working fine now?
Yeah, this is working. Actually, the solution was just to plug in wired. By the way, don't gunk up the
I've already been.
Okay, here we go. So, couple of things. So number one, actually, before we before we get too far into this, first up is guys, we need your help because we have
The link is in the doc.
Yeah, which browser are you using?
Firefox.
Okay, right, that figures. Okay, link is in the doc. Okay, so guys, we are posting this in the where is it? Oh. I hate that. How sometimes it has the drive favicon and sometimes it has a little document one. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Okay, so there is a problem on the internet right
R1
now
is the result.
on Twitter where the problem is that, here, I'm just going to post this, guys. We need y'all, I posted that as Luke in the Twitch chat. We need everyone to get on the Twitch chat, click that link. We were actually losing this straw poll earlier today for which tech YouTuber would be the last one standing in a winner-takes-all, free-for-all fight. And first of all, this is a problem because my team, as of May 1st, will contain 6 people, so we would obviously win. Number 2, our team has this massive hulk of a warrior specimen, so we would obviously win. So I need you guys to take care of this poll because, and if you're on the fence, if you've already voted for someone else, or if you're on the fence about voting at all, what I need for you guys is to, here, I'm gonna keep posting this. I need for you guys to check this out because this is from the shoot that we were on yesterday where we were dressed up and where my hands got all covered in black marks that I actually can't remove, and the reason why both of us are incredibly sore today, but should tip you over the edge and help us secure your vote. So if you want to just keep posting you handle that while I show them what went on yesterday. So first I'll give you guys the view from a distance here. All right, so
did you watch this one already?
I haven't watched this one. I don't know.
It's pretty good.
I don't know how great it is.
So this is all.
Is this just preamble?
Set up, yeah.
Okay, so preamble.
Here we go. Starts soon.
Okay. So this is for an upcoming commercial that we're making. We do that now apparently. I don't know if there's audio. I don't want there to be audio. Hold on.
I don't think there's audio. Is this clip 426?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't think so.
Like to see Logan take this on.
I think we go off screen on this one. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Why are they sore today? This one might not be as good as some of the other ones.
It's not. That's why I asked you what clip number it is.
Oh, okay. I'll grab the other clip after.
You appear on the other side of his head.
Yeah, that might not be the best clip.
It's not. That was like the first one we did, wasn't
Oh, okay, okay. Hold on.
it gets a lot better.
Okay, let me find a better clip. Hold on. I'll be back. Anyway, guys, go vote. Post the link. Vote for the Knights. Sorry, which one is it?
I think it's 426. Try that one.
426?
I
Okay.
can't verify the exact number right now.
And guys, let me tell you, when this kind of stuff happens over and over and over again,
Yeah, we did it many, many times.
it becomes pretty challenging. That one was missing some of the best stuff.
I know. This one has a flying double kick and like...
Hold on, don't spoil it.
I think this is the good one. I'm not sure.
Trust me, guys, this was real tiring. And so how much did your chainmail weigh?
We didn't weigh it, but I'm guessing 40, 45 pounds.
Oh, this is the one where I lost my helmet.
Yeah.
Or one of the ones where I lost my helmet. The helmet, in spite of being not that strong, actually helped a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, hold on.
The like close-up awesomeness is...
Yeah, there's one more clip. We don't have any of the slow-mo, you guys.
Yeah.
Because we captured that in RAW.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we can't share that with you. But I'm gonna look for the clip of the of some of the more close-up shots, and then you guys will see. It looks interesting from that far away, but up close, honestly, even the guys filming it. So Brandon was like, okay, that's a lot faster and a lot more intense when I'm right next to it.
He got hit once.
What's this? 1-1, take 3. Hold on.
Do you know what one you're looking for?
Did Brandon get hit?
Once, yeah.
Did he?
By my axe.
Really?
Or wait, no, that was the camera. Never mind, yeah, my bad. The camera got hit once.
When did we do the long take?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Wasn't that near the beginning of these ones?
I think so. That's what I'm looking for. But in the meantime, do we have any topics to keep people busy with?
I don't think so. There's the winners of the build log contest, but I kind of want to go through that with you. I can bring it up on this laptop, though.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Because we're doing the voting thing now, and there's all that stuff going on.
Right. That makes sense.
No, I keep forgetting it's this laptop. I'll be careful. Okay, so build logs. I was going to do this after, so just give me a sec, guys. I will be ready, though.
I hate the way that this camera adjusts.
It's terrible. If you guys are wondering why it's taking so long, it's... You dance.
Hey, Knights danced. Okay, I think this is the one, right?
It might be. How long is it?
It's pretty long.
Very possibly.
Yep. Okay. Okay, so here you go, guys. Sneak preview. So here we are up close. These costumes, they were cool until it like rained and we'd been wearing them for 6 hours.
So we were essentially wearing towels and then under chain and scale and then plate on top. What's up?
Twitch chat? I'm just curious.
It's gonna take a while for him to catch up.
Did I already do my goofy little dance?
I think so. I think this is just repeated slam and.
Oh, is that all this is?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the wrong clip. Well, whatever. Okay, you guys will have to wait to see some of the crazier stuff later. Stuff like that, like, legitimately hurt though. Especially when he hits me in the face. So yeah, that was just us getting some clips of like me hitting him. Okay, well, I'm sorry guys. You'll have to wait till we actually release our commercial. Something else that you guys should definitely check out is by far the best promotional video that my team has ever made. I actually had very little involvement.
This thing was awesome.
With this one. But you know what? Maybe we'll just play it on the stream. Maybe we'll just play this one on the stream.
Twitch does sometimes have problems just like streaming YouTube videos for whatever reason. I don't know how that even happens, but just a heads up. It might work. We'll see.
Okay, well hold on a minute. Let me see if I can. Where is Kingston's channel?
Nope.
So this is actually posted on Kingston's YouTube channel. I think they're under Kingston Memory or Kingston Technology. There we go. All right, you guys check this out. Let's check this out. Wait, where is it? Oh, that's weird. They posted it on Twitter, but I don't actually see it here. Bizarre.
That is weird because it has way more views than like anything that's on there as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tweet it out later.
Here,
okay. Anyway,
you on that laptop need to go to the forum and then to the build log voting thread. So nope, you're not stream screening. Okay, you need to change accounts.
I need to what?
Log out of mine.
Oh well, here, just switch.
Sure.
We'll do the old laptop switcheroony. Here you go.
Whoop. Whoop.
Oops, sorry. Did I just get you in the junk?
Nope. It's close. Again, just like the hammer.
Oh, yeah.
Or was it your foot?
No, it was my foot.
Oh, okay.
Yep, junk foot.
Yeah. Okay, so you are now here. It was Hivefire and Project Rampage that won. So
cool.
Hivefire is luckily the very first one on the list.
Sweet. Wow. Look at that thing. I
That's
haven't even seen this yet.
pretty ridiculous.
We haven't done build logs of the week in a long time.
It is now build logs of the month.
Of the month.
Yeah.
That is of the month.
This is part of the reason why we made it build logs of the month. Unfortunately, last time I checked, I don't know if it's still this way or not, but the build logs actually for this coming month only had one submission. So just so everyone knows, if you want to be on build logs of the month, go to the forum and post your submission. Read the rules because
Reading is good.
This submission,
Wow.
I let all the people through that broke the rules, but for next submission, I made it very clear who did it wrong. Next submission, please do it correctly, and then we'll be good to go. This I like almost don't even know what to say. It's
I mean,
just
look at
crazy,
the details.
awesome, cool. Yeah.
I mean, different
Everything
colors
is
on
properly
every
colored.
Dominator module.
Yeah.
I mean, coloring the accents on this motherboard looks outstanding.
An insane amount of time went into this.
I mean, it's funny because stuff doesn't match, but it almost looks better that way.
Yep.
Like we've got clear tubing, braided tubing, we've got like a black and red and gray color scheme here with black, yellow, red, orange here, and like, oh, it's just utter chaos.
It actually plays into the whole Hivefire idea because the fire's not going to look identical all over the place.
That's fantastic.
It's really cool.
All right,
so
this
we're
wasn't a
scrolling
winner,
down a little bit.
but we might as
These
well
are
scroll
all
through
crazy good.
submissions.
Yeah, for sure. I was very obnoxious by my "you broke the rules" thing. This was the other winner. It was Project Rampage. So again, check out this thread on the forum, and you can click through to their individual forum threads by doing so. So you can go down to Project Rampage on this thread, click on his link, and then you'll go to his full build log, which will have all the pictures and all the details and all that kind of stuff. These are just short snippets.
Look at this bent tubing. Oh man, I love that.
It looks really good, eh?
That looks clean. I mean, I'm not much of an overdone fittings guy, and this to me is a little bit extreme. You can see how many fittings are stacked on top of each other here. I don't like unnecessary points of failure. So that's one thing. But love the aesthetic. Love the way these PCI Express connectors come in. Absolutely love this bend right here. Like bringing it up and then away really breaks up that normal look of Tri-SLI or Tri-Crossfire graphics cards with this kind of this red line on the bottom one. Looks fantastic. Memory
sharp.
cooling is, again, something that I'm not a huge fan of because it's completely unnecessary. Although, that G-Skill RAM that we have, the 2400 megahertz 64 gig kit, does benefit from active cooling. So I shouldn't say completely unnecessary because I don't want to put fans on things either.
Yeah,
So.
that's true. Especially if you're doing like a crazy water-cooled build, you want your fans in very specific locations.
Fantastic builds, you guys. Those are amazing.
Absolutely awesome. So I'm going to try and get something worked out in terms of like build of the month badges or something. We'll figure that out. That's probably not going to happen immediately. But yeah, the build of the something is back. We're going to be doing another one next month.
Cool.
And yeah, remember to go on the forum, vote, and submit. And you'll be good.
And remember to vote for us in the straw poll as well.
Yeah, I'm going to post that in the chat somewhere.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm going to post it in the chat too. Guys, go vote for the Knights. Go vote for the PC Knights. All right?
Yeah.
There's a straw poll. Go vote.
My Twitch chat is disconnected because who knows?
Because I turned your Wi-Fi off.
Oh, that makes sense.
Guys, everybody go vote. Go vote. Am I allowed to spam my own chat?
I think eventually Twitch gets mad.
Really?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Interesting. We should have a look at where the results are sitting now. Oh, yeah, we're ahead by a solid couple thousand now. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, you took care of that stunning abomination of a poll result that had us losing.
How long did we fight for yesterday in full armor?
Hours?
Like 7 hours?
No, I think it was more like 5, because we had the armor on for a while and we were just like kind of doing stuff. But like you were doing tiring things, like you moved all of our gear from the one table to the bleachers. All right, good night, everyone. Thank you for watching the WAN show. I changed my mind about garage sale because I'm just really tired and I want to go home. Peace out.
Bye, everyone. I got to sleep last night. You didn't, so that's very justifiable.